Yeah, let's see what they are going to do.
Cannon is definitely viable here. It's a lot of magic damage, but I think you can play it because it gives you insane engage, and it can be great for disengage as well into B&K.
Yeah, Carrier taking his time, figuring out what he's going to pick up for either Doran or Ona. And the Rek'Sai is coming in, so that will be the jungle Ambessa. And Poppy will
Pretty
be
good
the
Poppy
lock.
angle. Like, you can, when you go for Poppy support, it's so scary unless you have all the information, right? And when you have second pick, you get to pull that card out. And Edo locks it in here. He's saying, like, okay, this is great into Sylas, it's great into Ambessa, it's obviously pretty good into Rek'Sai as well, depending on how you play it. And for zone control on objectives, if you can knock even just one or two of those threats away, your Sivir can do great work. In the building, or
is Insec here? That's kind of cool.
Not with Lee Sin banned, I suppose.
I assume not. And so B&K might be able to get themselves a little bit of a fun time. However, T1 do decide to go for a cheeky level 1 headbutt angle.
Yeah, the good old level 1 headbutt heal that we've seen so much this season.
But he's just going to go for a tempo back, as good steadfast presence there from Kellen, and Carrier takes a lot of damage. And oh, okay, good charm connects onto Faker here, who hasn't actually teleported yet, thank goodness. And he will now go back home.
Greeting a little bit there, but will not die.
Oh, Doran in a bit of trouble. There's the flash from Clear. Back. So understandable that they don't want to go too far, as Clear with the Dominus against Doran. And the slice comes through, but Doran tunnels his way out.
Too bad.
Go back home.
And we'll get plate money and a knife farm.
Yeah,
B&K's early game, pretty insane.
Well, there's a great knock-up as the flash charm comes through. Ona is lit on fire, and that is first blood going over to the Jarvan. Vikla avoids the chains as Faker has stolen the ulti and will find the follow-up kill. Now Carrier moving over, but is unable to get the headbutt over the wall. Creating space with the Keeper's Verdict is going to be so incredibly important. Ona is making his way in. Public Execution goes wide, though, but the chains do connect. Good charm from Vikla, but I don't know whether he's out of dodge just yet, as he is going to get taken down. There is the Cataclysm, though, as now Ona stuck inside the circle. Teleports coming in, but they're turtle ports. And oh my goodness, the takedown from this Poppy as he just heroically charges Ambessa to the Nether Realm. Does have the Keeper's Verdict available. Let's see whether he can use it to guarantee some position, but there's the flash pulverize. He does get the ulti off, but it's only onto Carrier, and he just dies. As a result, still Raptor's able to take the dragon. That could be important. Flags and drags, gets himself out.
Which was a big concern for looking for that contest on the dragon itself. This Faker.
There's a big old Cataclysm. Manages to get the ulti out of Vikla here, as we do have the teleport upgrading, but we don't see the charm. Still the Cataclysm comes in, and Raptor's there to bail out his mid laner.
Man, the mid jungle today out of B&K is pretty unreal.
Exactly where Raptor was at that time as well. I think they knew just how narrow that window was. The flash forward from Clear looks to take down Doran and just barely misses it once again. But it's a win flash for flash and sends him home.
The game is a lot less bloody than the last one, but still a lot of action.
There's another Dominus as Raptor's going in, but so is Carrier over the other side. But trading places not quite working out. Public Execution onto the Jarvan as the Cataclysm comes down. He tries to get out, but he fails. And it's Ona that takes down his opposition. Kellen's flashing. They know that they have to get out of there, and Diablo has to flash as well, as now Faker has discovered the Poppy, and I don't know whether Kellen is going to be escaping this one. The charm is going to get avoided, and Kellen should be going down. It takes a bit of Kellen to take down a Poppy, but Faker is going to get him in the end.
So going back to this fight, it's a little bit bizarre. Oh, we're just going to watch this first. Let's see.
Yeah, this was when the Dominus got popped, and I was expecting Doran to just kind of tunnel, but instead, he ulted and died.
As a TP is going to come through here for Faker. And we're grouped around the bottom side. There's no dragon for 3 minutes. We're fighting anyways.
Yep, Rogue Charge comes in. Carrier does have the ulti as Chains of Corruption does connect. And now Raptor well in amongst it. Public Execution not quite going to work out, but even through the Unbreakable Will, it is going to be the cow going down. Great steadfast presence there, but Kellen, I think, is still going to get taken out as Faker is just way too big in this game. Took a lot to take down the Poppy, though, and there is the shutdown onto Diablo as Faker is going to fall finally.
pretty huge, but they are not set up to contest, and there's no TP for Vikla.
All right, now they're going to try and turn on to Raptor. There's the flash knock-up as Keeper's Verdict just gets rid of two of them and keeps Raptor alive. Still,
it made me feel a little bit nervous about what the rest of these fights could look like because it was a bit haphazard, but however.
All right, there's a knock-up onto Ona. As Chain's going to miss, Vikla now looking for a way to get in. Great Charm is going to connect, but the public execution is going to mitigate it completely, and down goes Raptor. Vikla should be following here as the auto is in the air from Pays, and they just wipe out the Fox Lady. That should be Baron, and oh dear.
Turret right now that T1 haven't gotten.
Well, there is Dominuses happening all over the place here as Faker is fighting against Clear. Doesn't quite find the Chain Lash, but Cull the Meek not exactly doing exactly what it wants. As Faker gets flashed on here, Clear looks for the angle, and he gets sliced and diced!
The only way
Clear cleans him up!
The only way Clear wins that is buying enough time, and he's even getting the TP out.
Oh, man. And afterwards, he's like, what did you do to this crocodile, man? Let's have a look at this one more time, as honestly, it wasn't like that. It was very close to Faker actually winning out on this trade.
6, 5, 4. He needs it so desperately, right? Gets the empowered Q, backs away, waits for his Fury, and waits for his W. Flashes on, gets the W, Qs him, and has enough damage there with the slice and dice coming up at the last possible second. Clears judgment, insane in this moment. And then takes the teleport out.
Just gorgeous. Also doesn't take the cannon of a contest here out of BNK. Let's see whether Raptor can go for a bit of a steal as Keeper's Verdict just gets cancelled immediately.
Yeah, they just want to knock Owner away to steal one. That doesn't work. They just back off. They were just hoping for Keeper's Verdict into a little flag and drag action. Maybe they can get the punish.
Yeah. As Chains of Corruption connects onto Kellen, he just absorbs so much damage.
There's company coming. His top laner has teleport.
Yeah, and we know that just the Crocodile is a dangerous one. Now there's a job in there as well. Teleport's coming in, Cataclysm goes down, and now with this teleport coming through, Doran does have a large shield, but I don't know whether he's going to have it for very long. And in fact, it just immediately evaporates. He now has to tunnel his way out. And with On the Hunt, there is a chance that BNK can even catch up to this Rek'Sai, although Raptor is going to find it with the flash. Doran now gets a little bit of a knock-up, though, and does have the ulti back off cooldown, and Clear is there with the Ruthless Predator, and down goes the Rek'Sai.
BNK out-macroing T1?
Oh dear, and maybe it's not over. And does have the Cloud Rift there as well to make sure that he's real speedy. As Doran gets the knock-up, as he has to slice to get out of the way, but there's the Keeper's Verdict now on cooldown. Gets rid of Doran here in this moment. Public Execution comes down. Steric's not quite going to be enough. However, he does slice his way out even through the exhaust. But now going to have to be teleporting back into this fight, and the Dragon has already been started here by T1. Kellen looking for an angle. Vikla dives in, gets the charm onto Faker, and then gets himself out. Faker steals away his ultimate, though, as now Diablo having to flash, but he'll be taken out as Pays snipes him from the back line. He'll get rid of the Poppy as well, and now Faker's popping off, getting those resets, and finally Clear comes back in, but he's alone. T1's team fighting just too good in the end, and it's only Raptor that lives to tell the tale.
We're trying to zone. The initial setup was really good here for BNK. Kellen also using his Keeper's Verdict very early, and I think he really will regret this choice because he only gets Doran and now can no longer affect the zoning here or really positioning of anybody to try to win the war of attrition to secure Dragon. Dragon's so healthy, BNK aren't looking for a flip anymore, and they get a little bit indecisive here. And Raptor, look at he's hanging out, he wants to try to look for the steal. Then Vikla goes in here, and look at who's now opened up. It's Diablo. Doran gets on top of him. He's showed back up in the fight. The follow-up is easy. And T1 get Cloud Soul and Baron. And I think that is likely enough for them to tie us up 1-1.
Yep, that's feeling pretty lights out here for BNK, who just didn't have the same level of cohesion.
But it's still not going to... Okay, hold up. Diablo, no.
Yeah, that's not what you want to see is Diablo. I don't think he's going to be able to spell shield that one as Raptor looks to try and put Faker into the Cataclysm, and it does not work. This is game over, ladies and gentlemen. You cannot have a Sivir step that far forward. As Clear says, yes, in this game I was very fed, but unfortunately if my whole team dies, I cannot do it alone. That's going to be the ace, and T1 just go from winning a team fight to game over in the click of your fingers.
Yep, that's all it takes. And poor Diablo, he cleared that wave really hard.